بریم؟
سلام. خوب هستی؟ چند ساعت؟
She has been in labor 15 hours.
بکسی ما کار دارم. امور همی لحظه کار دارم.
برو باکس دواره ده.
رازاس ما باید خیرات بدیم.
بتید اسکاول خانوما.
You speak English?
We have a television in our village. I know who you are. You brought medicine to our village once.
Hold on tight. What's your name?
My daughter is Nilofar. I am Assad.
And your husband?
The father wants a son.
A girl can accomplish great things when she's free to do them. Dear Lord, which is Amen.
Freedom is not impossible, but it may take time, and you do not have much.
ورورا دائما خط हो रास्ता वेलियागा по поста бане.
It's never been the same. But I wanna know you well. This could be good, but you can never tell. Come on, we're just getting started.
All rise.
This better be good.
Madam Chairman, this committee is called into emergency session in light of new and time-sensitive information that may involve military action.
Thank you, Senator. Before we begin, let me reiterate that this is a closed session regarding national security, and all testimony given here today is sealed. Let's see. Mr. O'Toole.
Yes, I'm Oliver O'Toole. These are my colleagues, Ms. McInerney, Ms. Hayworth, Mr. Dorman.
And I understand you comprise a task force from the DLO?
That is correct.
Is this CIA, FBI, or NSA?
USPS. We work at the post office.
That's right, Bob. This was the image we saw nearly 2 years ago when 12-year-old Phoebe Amadon tied a yellow ribbon around the tree in her grandfather's yard, awaiting news of her mother. Lieutenant Randy Lynn Amadon went missing while serving with American troops in Afghanistan near the Pakistan border. But now, 22 months later, with Amadon still missing and the circumstances of her disappearance still sketchy, and no answers in sight, this welcome back ribbon is a sad reminder of the reputation Lieutenant Amadon may never return home to defend.
I would like to know what bearing 4 postal employees from Denver have on the status of a missing American soldier in Afghanistan.
Yes, well, several months ago, in the course of performing our duties as postal detectives in the dead letter office, we became acquainted with a Phoebe Amadon, the 14-year-old daughter of Lieutenant Randolyn Amadon, as well as her grandfather, Mr. Harper Ferguson. We came to believe that Lieutenant Amadon did not abandon her duties the night she went missing. And in fact, she conducted herself heroically and yet, sadly, most likely was probably not living.
And to that, of course, we have no comment.
Of course. However, we now have information to suggest that Lieutenant Amadon may well be alive and urgently in need of your assistance.
And that is based on the contents of the letter we have here?
Yes.
And you came to this conclusion last night?
Yes, and if I may, I need to go back a few days.
Please.
Last Thursday, we were preparing to travel to Washington, D.C. for the National Miss Special delivery pageant.
Is that a real thing?
I was finalizing some paperwork before our trip.
One of these days, my time will come.
I understand you have something very unique planned for the pageant.
Oh, well, this year's theme is delivering inspiration. And for my talent, I will be doing a dramatic reading from my unpublished historical romance novel, Renita Hayweather, Frontier Duchess.
A dramatic novelist! Amazing! Brilliant! No one can compete with that. We'll all be crossing our fingers for you this Saturday.
Thank you, Ramon.
That was very nice, Miss Rita.
Thank you.
Time for us to go on our trip to Washington, D.C. together.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Goodbye.
As always, Miss Rita, a pleasure. Oh, it must be very hard to say goodbye.
Oh, not really.
No, not to me, my friend. Goodbye to Miss Rita. She will win, of course. And then she's off traveling the world on her triumphant goodwill tour. Just imagine all the places she will go. All the people she will meet.
Just a couple more things to sign, and it's all yours. I am sorry for your loss. But at least your father made sure that you'd be well taken care of.
My biological father. I never knew him.
I have your skinny caramel steamer coming just the way you like it.
Oh, it's a sweet Roman. Who's Oliver talking to?
His lawyer. He inherited so much money, she comes to see him now.
With all of this money, I suppose you will want to start talking about early retirement.
And quit the post office?
Well, why not? You're young, you're single, and you're rich.
Miss Bullock, the only thing Harvey Schmitz gave me, besides this inheritance, was a piece of advice. You never have enough money if all you have is money.
What does that mean, anyway?
It means it's time to get back to work.
Have you seen your itinerary, Miss McInerney?
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I made copies for all of us and highlighted the events pertinent to each of us in corresponding colors. You're yellow.
Yeah.
We arrive at 3:56, check in the hotel at 5:10, arrive at the Capitol Grill at 6:45 for a quiet dinner before curfew at 10:30. And tomorrow morning, Rita, right here in pink, registers for the pageant at 9, and you and I and Norman leave at 9:30. Take a tour of the Library of Congress, Ford's Theater, and the National Postal Museum.
Postal Museum? You think you're ready to go back there?
It's time. I'd like to get it over with.
Of course. And then I can show you around my old stomping ground.
Oh, is there a museum you'd like to add? Or Or would you like to visit old postal friends?
Well, Rebecca Starkwell's my only friend in the DC office, and she's on her honeymoon.
Ah, is there an old boyfriend to visit at the post office?
I'm not in the habit of calling up old boyfriends. And even if I were, his work is, well, he's hardly ever in town.
Great, settled. Taxi should be arriving any minute.
Almost forgot.
What?
Don't ask, can't tell. It's a surprise. The old kit.
Norman, we're going on holiday. All you need is your suitcase.
Uh-oh.
I know it's a horrible thought, veering off your blue itinerary into my yellow itinerary, but I was wondering if we could make a tiny detour on our way to the hotel.
A detour?
I wanted to drive by the house where I grew up, for old time's sake. Please?
Okay. All set. Let's do DC.
Has anyone seen my crown? Oh!
Where's your house?
It's gone.
Are you sure this is the right street?
Of course I'm sure. It's the tree I used to climb. The garden where we planted the... Those bricks were the fireplace where my mother and I always... 18 years, and now it's like we were never here.
Did you plant those?
Mother's Day. Every fall, after all the other blooms had died, my mom would take the last one and put it in a vase and say, look, it's the last rose of summer still holding on. And then every fall, even after I went away to college, and every September after that until she moved away, I would get an envelope in the mail with the last rose of summer wrapped in wet paper towels in a plastic bag.
She was sending you a message.
Pay attention to the simple little things right in front of you. Or they could be gone before you know it.
Forgive me, Mr. O'Toole, but other than the sad truth that we can't go home again, we've still heard nothing to shed any light on the letter that I hold here, addressed to the Secretary of Defense of the United States of America.
With respect, Madam Chairman, it was stopping at the site of Miss McInerney's former home that put us in the lobby of the Franklin Adams Hotel at the exact moment we crossed paths with Phoebe Amidon and her grandfather. If that letter is what we think it is, then it's compelling us to pay attention to the details, or the chance to bring Lieutenant Amidon home again will be gone before we know it.
So your presence here today, Mr. O'Toole, is the result of a prior relationship with Phoebe Amidon and her grandfather.
Well, that and the prior relationship of Miss McInerney were... actually, I'd like to turn this part over to her now.
My name is Shane McInerney. I provide IT services for the Dead Letter Office in Denver. I used to work right here in Washington in direct line operations. When we arrived at the hotel on Thursday, we were checking in, and Rita was registering for the Miss Special Delivery pageant.
Oh, wait. Miss McInerney? I was thinking perhaps this week might present an opportunity for an evening out.
We're in Washington, D.C., Oliver. We're already spending the whole week out.
Yes, but I was thinking you and I might have dinner together, just us, to talk, and perhaps I can offer some perspective on the recent loss of your childhood home.
You're asking me out for dinner?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll put it in the schedule.
Do that. In yellow.
Of course.
Oh, no. Are you okay? They got me scheduled for my talent rehearsal the same time I'm supposed to get my nails done. But if I move the nails, there's no time for some fitting they've got me down for. Or maybe I shouldn't do my nails. Or maybe I shouldn't rehearse. But if I don't, then, this is worse than a stampede on Sunday. No, this is wonderful. You're Miss Wyoming. You're Miss Wyoming. And look where you are. Well, that's the problem. There are more people in this hotel than there are in Big Piney. Oh, Big Piney, Wyoming, population 576. How do you know that? Oh, I have a photographic memory. I remember everything I read. Well, as long as I remember to remember. It's hard to remember anything in a place like this. I'm afraid when I get up to sing, there'll be so many people in the room, I'll forget the words. And the notes. And the song. Well, look, I don't have to rehearse tomorrow. Why don't you take my time? I don't mind. Really? Yeah. Miss Colorado. We're practically neighbors, right?
Okay, Miss McInerney, you are on the 8th floor.
Thank you.
Norman, you are on the 6th. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's Phoebe. Hey, what a surprise.
I can't believe it.
For heaven's sake.
Hi.
Harper, Oliver O'Toole.
For heaven's sake, what are you folks doing here?
Are you staying here? Yeah. Where's Rita? Well, she's in the pageant.
And we came to cheer her on.
And what brings you to the Capitol?
Oh, we're trying to get some answers about Randy Lynn.
Oh.
See if there's any resolution. We had an appointment with someone from the State Department tomorrow, but it looks like they've had to postpone.
Not again.
Well, that's a shame.
Oh, that's Washington. We've spent 2 years, but we always seem to knock on the wrong doors.
Isn't there anyone else that you can meet with?
We've run out of ideas. I've got a standing appointment with a dialysis machine back home, so we can't extend the trip.
Of course.
Would you excuse me for just a minute?
So we have you penciled in to join us 9:30 tomorrow. Excellent. And have you heading back without having at least some good memories in Washington?
Sounds like the plan.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys tomorrow then.
Okay, great.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow. What a coincidence, huh?
I don't really believe in them.
Is that who I think it is?
Yeah, it's Phoebe Amidon.
No way!
You checked in?
Oh, yeah, I got my room key and my roommate, Miss Louisiana.
Sounds like you have some pretty serious competition.
Oh, I don't mind. There's more to life than winning, right?
Right. Speaking of which, I was thinking that before dinner,
There she is.
You and I could,
Rita, we're going out for yogurt. You want to come? Oh, yeah. Bye, guys.
She seems happy.
Yes, she does. Suppose it's just the three of us for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where is Miss McInerney?
Hi, it's Shane. I'm in town at the Franklin Adams. Steve, I need to see you.
I'd like another Arnold Palmer, a little more Arnold than Palmer this time, please.
Why do they put tiny umbrellas in drinks? Why not tiny cars or tiny cats?
Something on your mind?
Just keep thinking about Phoebe coming all the way here to find out if anyone knows what happened to her mother. Everything else just seems so trivial compared to that.
The Miss Special Delivery Pageant is perhaps not an event of great import to the world at large, Norman, but the world is a terribly complicated place and so much of it can be ugly. That's why what is gentle and beautiful and joyful is worth fighting to preserve. And it's also why we honor those who fight.
Yeah.
So, Norman, what's in the envelope?
Well, it's a surprise for
Miss McInerney.
Hello, beautiful.
Look at you.
Oh, look at you.
I got your call.
Yes, and I thought you were going to call me back.
I was just right around the corner. I couldn't wait, so I staked out your hotel. Figured you'd show up sooner or later.
Yes, well, good timing. Steve Merrick, these are my coworkers. My boss, actually. Oliver O'Toole and Norman Dorman.
Denver DLO, right?
Yes.
I heard about you guys. You do great work.
Oh, thank you. And what is it you do for the post office?
Oliver, Norman, would it be okay if I begged off of dinner tonight? Steve and I have some catching up to do.
I can see that.
But perhaps we could meet later?
Later. Tonight, after Mr. Merrick.
For a nightcap? In the lounge?
Yes, all right. Norman, shall we dine?
Yes, a dining. Carving.
Mr. Merrick?
So, that was Oliver O'Toole.
Yes.
Does he know?
No. But after tonight, we may have to tell him.
Down by the old mill stream, where I the pizza. Oh.
Hi.
Hi. It's Norman.
Hi, Norman. He's cute.
Thank you. Rita, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're not. We were just sitting around and stuff.
Hi, I didn't know that you played that.
My parents were flower children.
Right.
I was born under the Pepsi Challenge tent in Sedona, remember? Was there something you needed?
Oh, no.
Oh.
See you tomorrow.
Okay. Sleep tight.
Bye, Norman.
Oh my God. That's more like a Clark. Oh, he looks like a teddy bear.
I think that was our song.
We never had a song.
We should have had one. So why'd you leave D.C.?
To get away from you.
Ouch. I always know where I stand with you.
But I never knew where I stood with you, Steve. And then I finally realized that's bad for relationships. But it's what makes you so good at your job.
Betrayed by my own excellence.
And your humility.
Well, you came back.
On vacation. I wasn't going to call you. But now, guess I need you.
Good. I'll see what I can do.
Am I early?
No, I was just leaving. How's dinner?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Oliver.
I will just adjust my itinerary to reflect that you will not be joining us for our tour in the morning.
No, I will. I'm coming. We just have to adjust our plans for the afternoon. I couldn't bear to see how disappointed Phoebe and her grandfather were. She's lost her mother, he's lost a daughter. And I guess after seeing or not seeing my house today, I just thought with at least with them, maybe there was something that I could do. Maybe I could help them in some way.
Well, that's admirable. But I'm afraid Lieutenant Amadon's situation does not fall under the purview of the United States postal system. I don't see how you or I or your friend Steve can hope to make a difference.
Well, you or I can't. But, Oliver, I haven't been completely honest with you about Steve. He's not exactly with the post office.
So, Miss McInerney, it was you who made the initial contact with Agent Merrick.
Yes, and it's not something that I did lightly. But now I'm glad that I did.
Sir, can I assume that you are Agent Merrick?
Yes, I am, Senator.
And has the testimony you've heard so far been accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Continue, Miss McInerney.
Thank you. Well, needless to say, this was all news to Mr. O'Toole.
The clandestine services?
One of them, yes.
You dated a spy.
An intelligence analyst. Officer. Agent. Kind of a spy, yeah.
You lied to me.
I didn't lie to you. I'd like to think that you are on a need-to-know basis, and now you need to know.
And what else do I need to know?
That Steve has agreed to meet with Harper and Phoebe if we take him to the Pentagon tomorrow.
It seems he'd agreed to anything if it meant reigniting the flames of whatever with you.
First of all, Oliver, my flames are none of your business. And second, you don't have to like him, but he's a good man. And whatever he may have meant to me in the past, all he means now is a chance to help Phoebe. Really. Really.
Mr. O'Toole, I am due at the Senate Ways and Means Committee in an hour. Now, can I begin to hope that there is a way or a meaning with this story of yours?
Oh, absolutely. The next day, we took Phoebe and her grandfather to the National Postal Museum, where Rita and the other contestants were making an appearance, and I was on something of a sentimental journey.
You seem deep in thought.
3 years ago, I stood on this very spot with my wife, expounding on the early days of the Pony Express. I turned around, and she wasn't there. So I stood here waiting and waiting until they closed, but by then, she'd already left me and caught a plane to Paris.
It must have been very painful. Why did you come back here today?
Closure.
You remind me of Randy Lynn. When she was not even 2, she could barely talk, but she could walk. We couldn't keep up with her. One day, I turned around and she was gone. Then I heard this huge bang. I went running into the bedroom, and there she is on the floor sobbing. I said, honey, what happened? Well, she was crying so hard she couldn't tell me. So she climbed up on the bed and rolled off again just to show me. That kid, she was always going back to the most painful places in her life to make some sense of the pain.
All 4 verses?
Yeah. And if that didn't work, she'd do every verse of the Star Spangled Banner, too.
Wow, that is pretty patriotic.
She was.
Hey, Phoebe, how are you?
I'm good.
How's Lib?
She's getting fat.
Oh.
I made the neighbors promise to walk her twice a day while we were gone. I love your crown.
Oh, thank you. I have to wear it everywhere. Photo shoots, interviews, even a lecture on sportsmanship by last year's Miss Special Handling.
What's that?
Oh, it's like Miss Congeniality, only postal.
Oh.
Anyways, I am free as a bird for the rest of the day.
Great. Because I have something back at the hotel that...
Phoebe! After lunch, I would like to take you and your grandfather to meet a friend of mine. I can't promise anything, but...
Miss McInerney?
Grandpa, oh no. Are you all right? Grandpa?
I think he just overdid it a bit, but we'll have him checked out just in case.
Thanks, Norman.
Get some rest, Harper.
Well, I guess it's up to us to keep that appointment.
What appointment?
So you attended this meeting yesterday as well, Ms. Hayworth.
It's a Haywith with an I. Yes, I did. I had a free afternoon off, so I went along, and I am very glad that I did. I think. Am I in trouble?
Just give us the facts, Miss Hayworth.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I had to leave my crown at the door. Oh, I feel so naked without it.
Here he comes.
I did some digging. I got a hold of the file. It's an active, working case. Now, we never give up on our own, no matter how long it takes, but after reading through this, we might be running out of time.
So you don't believe she was killed in the mission?
Okay, I can't read you into the file, but I can say that as of 6 months ago, I personally believe Lieutenant Hamadan was alive and being held somewhere near Pakistan. Likely by the insurgents that attacked her team when she disappeared.
Then you think she was captured?
Off the record?
Go on, please.
Well, Lieutenant Hamadan was a medic. She trained for the cultural support teams who interfaced with the Afghans, collected intelligence. See, the male soldiers couldn't talk to the Afghan women, but the female soldiers could. What seemed like suspicious activity going off base, consorting with the locals, had actually been covertly sanctioned by the Army. See, we can't always answer allegations without putting other people in danger, so the whole truth about Lieutenant Hamadan is really yet to be told.
Is she alive, Steve?
She went back for 2 of our own who were cut down in a firefight. Now, the insurgents had withdrawn, but they waited, as they do, for the rescue team to come back for the wounded.
And then they ambushed them.
Hang in there, Costas, you hear me? We're gonna get you out of here! Evan!
Move out! Move out!
she was wounded.
And captured. But not by any central group, otherwise we would have known more by now. There was a rescue attempt last year. After that, it appears that she was moved. The drones haven't been able to find her. We followed up on a sighting, but that didn't pan out. Then there's this letter, which may or may not have been written by Lieutenant Amadon, but that's going to take some time to confirm.
I'm sorry, did you say a letter?
A letter, yeah.
A point of clarification, please, Madam Chairman. Ms. Hayworth, have we finally come to the reason for this hearing this morning?
You mean the letter?
Yes.
Oh, yes, that's when Mr. Merrick showed us the letter. Well, he actually didn't show us the letter. That was the problem. That's when I did the bad thing.
Go on.
This arrived almost 2 weeks ago from Afghanistan, made its way to us. It's not in an envelope. It's all jerry-rigged together with tape. It's addressed FEEB by the American Secretary of the Military Embassy, Washington, D.C., USA, from soldier female. Now, the handwriting on the outside is different from the inside. Lieutenant Amadon may have written this, but somebody else mailed it and routed it through Kabul.
Kabul has mail?
You'd be surprised. They have quite an efficient postal system in Afghanistan.
Oh.
I mean, with cell phones and laptops being hacked so often out there, this may have been a good way to get a message through unmonitored.
I have always maintained that mail is still the gold standard of human communication.
Right. The problem is, I mean, except for something in here about the 4th of July, it all really just appears to be gibberish.
But that's what we do every day. We figure out letters that don't make sense. Let's see.
Oh, wait, I can't let you look at that.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Steve, we're all on the same side.
It's classified. I've shown you too much already.
Well, not to put too fine a point on this, that was not addressed to the secretary, but someone named FEEB, which I submit is someone's idea of how to spell Phoebe, and therefore still has yet to be delivered to its intended recipient, and therefore clearly falls under the jurisdiction of the United States Postal Service.
Is he kidding?
I'm sorry, he's not.
Well, that's just not going to happen. There's too much analysis ahead. There's handwriting, DNA, cryptography.
You think it's a coded message?
I hope so. Otherwise, like I said, it just doesn't make any sense.
I know. I mean, I bet. We should go. I have a big tap dance number to learn tonight.
Okay. Steve, I think I should tell you that Rita has a photographic memory, and there's a pretty good chance that she can remember everything that letter said.
Give or take a few words here and there. Your thumb was covering some of it.
Sorry.
Okay, let's just pretend I didn't hear that.
Oh, fair enough.
If you do come up with anything, I'd like to hear about it.
Oh, I didn't know the Department of Agriculture was so clandestine.
You'd be surprised. Don't forget your crown.
All right.
Wow, a real spy? Steve?
Analyst. Minor cog in the wheel. How is Harper?
Oh, well, I wanted to take him to see a doctor, but he insisted on going back to the hotel with Phoebe. Harper's a tough guy, but he could use some good news.
We need to find him some.
Well, how? We only had one cog.
We are an elite postal task force, Norman. Wide powers of postal discretion. I think it's time we use them.
Huh. Oh.
Okay, there was only 6 lines. The first one was, the day will end fast. And then the birthday of liberty, which is the 4th of July clue that Steve was talking about.
Go on.
And there was this weird thing, return to the 4 poster.
What?
Some kind of army post, maybe?
Then there was, let me see, song 5916 and proverbial 1810.
Anything else?
Just half a word or two. Grim feet?
Grim feet?
That's what it said. That's the part where his thumb was covering it. Steve's right. None of this makes any sense.
Everything seems like some sort of clue, so it must mean something to someone.
Mm-hmm. Why, if it was addressed to Phoebe, shouldn't she know what it means?
Well, someone else wrote that on the envelope, and I would hate to give Phoebe false hope if we don't have to.
We are professionals. We should be able to break this code.
I hate to say this, but I really do need to learn how to tap dance. But I promise you, while my feet are tapping, my mind will be thinking. Do you want to come, Norman?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
What was that last clue again?
It was a partial. Grim feet. We may be in over our heads here, Oliver. I mean, the only thing that we have is the 4th of July clue. 4th has come and gone. If that day is important, then this could all be too late.
By planes, trains, bus, mule, or livery, you bet she'll get those letters through. So hail this special delivery, and all things postal from coast to coastal thing. She's the damsel we stem and cancel, the holy grail of first class mail. Miss Special Delivery, that's you.
Okay, hold on. Miss Louisiana, somebody over here.
So much harder than you think.
Yeah, everybody's out of step but you.
How many people you think are gonna be there?
Oh, like 500?
I get ticket for the 500 people.
Oh, you'll be okay. In Rita's book, Renita Hayweather, Frontier Duchess, Renita has to sing Moon River while sitting on top of a Wurlitzer organ in the Last Chance Saloon while a bunch of cowboys eat pistachios. But she knows that it'll inspire Mr. DeLorme before the big shootout. So she does it.
Wow. I want to read that book.
Okay, ladies, to get back to 5th position.
5th? My dogs are barking so bad, I can't get back to 1st.
My dogs are barking? Don't you just love her?
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8.
She's Miss Special Delivery. Yes, she's our post office queen.
Dogs.
From Rocky Mountain to Field Fountain and every zip
Dog.
between.
Dogs! Dogs!
Planes, trains, buses,
Liberty! Let's go!
You bet she'll get those letters through. So hail Miss Special Delivery. And
Liberty.
Yes, ma'am. Randy Lynn wasn't talking about the 4th of July. She was talking about Lib. Their dog's name is Liberty.
Are you telling me that this committee convened a special emergency session because of the birth date of someone's pet?
The birth date of Phoebe Amidon's German Shepherd is of utmost importance, Madam Chairman. It turned out to be the code breaker, the Rosetta Stone. I mean, the key to saving Randy Lynn Amidon's life.
Day will end fast, the birthday of liberty. Return to the 4 poster. Song 5916, proverbial 1810, grim feet. Grim feet.
Abraham Lincoln slept in this hotel after his election before he moved into the White House in 1860.
I wonder what they called the Lincoln bedroom before it was the Lincoln bedroom.
May I use this?
Guess what?
Room 1201, please.
Oliver?
So when I was at dance rehearsal...
Harper, Oliver O'Toole. When you told me that story about your daughter falling off the bed, was it a 4-poster bed?
Ask him when Liberty's birthday is.
Harper, I believe we need to talk.
Well, I'm glad somebody's going to sleep tonight.
So, Harper, when Randy Lynn fell out of the 4-poster bed, she was 2. Do you think she remembers that?
It was a family joke, yes.
And you're sure that Phoebe's puppy was born on July 21st?
Yeah, can't forget that.
Do the words
grim feet mean anything to you?
Grim feet? No.
How about the day will end fast?
Fast in a hurry or fast as in not eating?
Good point. Proverbial song?
Proverbial?
Oh my goodness. Rita, we need a Bible.
There's one in the drawer there.
Proverbs and song. Song is a modern version of the word psalm.
Thank you.
Sir, is your daughter a woman of faith?
Oh, yes. She even taught some Bible study at the base.
So she knows her Bible?
Oh, chapter and verse.
Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 10, Psalm 59:16. They both talk about... Oh, wow.
Oliver, the day will end fast. I think I know what it means.
Oh, here we go. The name of the Lord is a high tower. The just run to it and are safe.
I need to call Steve.
Who's Steve?
Well, he's not with the Department of Agriculture.
Mr. O'Toole.
Dog's name is Liberty.
Are you telling me that this committee convened a special emergency session because of the birth date of someone's pet?
The birth date of Phoebe Amidon's German Shepherd is of utmost importance, Madam Chairman. It turned out to be the code breaker, the Rosetta Stone. I mean, the key to saving Randy Lynn Amidon's life.
Day will end fast, the birthday of liberty, return to the four poster. Song 5916, proverbial 1810, grim feet. Grim feet.
Abraham Lincoln slept in this hotel after his election before he moved into the White House in 1860.
I wonder what they called the Lincoln bedroom before it was the Lincoln bedroom.
May I use this?
Guess what?
Room 1201, please.
Oliver? So when I was at dance rehearsal...
Harper, Oliver O'Toole, when you told me that story about your daughter falling off the bed, was it a four-poster bed?
Ask him when Liberty's birthday is.
Harper, I believe we need to talk.
Well, I'm glad somebody's going to sleep tonight.
So, Harper, when Randy Lynn fell out of the four-poster bed, she was 2. Do you think she remembers that?
It was a family joke, yes.
And you're sure that Phoebe's puppy was born on July 21st?
Yeah, can't forget that.
Do the words grim feet mean anything to you?
Grim feet? No.
How about the day will end fast?
Fast in a hurry or fast as in not eating?
Good point. Proverbial song?
Proverbial?
Oh my goodness. Rita, we need a Bible.
There's one in the drawer there.
Proverbs and song. Song is a modern version of the word psalm.
Thank you.
Sir, is your daughter a woman of faith?
Oh, yes. She even taught some Bible study at the base.
So she knows her Bible?
Oh, chapter and verse.
Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 10, Psalm 59:16. They both talk about... Oh, wow.
Oliver, the day will end fast. I think I know what it means.
Oh, here we go. The name of the Lord is a high tower. The just run to it and are safe.
I need to call Steve.
Who's Steve?
Well, he's not with the Department of Agriculture.
Mr. O'Toole and his team contacted me last night. They suggested the letter was some form of escape plan, and they made a rather persuasive case.
But not a conclusive one.
No, but I felt there was enough information to bring it to your attention, especially considering the deadline.
Well, go ahead, Mr. O'Toole. Make your case.
Actually, I'd like to turn that over to my colleague, Mr. Dorman.
Thank you, Mr. O'Toole. As Ms. Hayworth explained, the second clue, the birthday of liberty, is in reference to July 21st. which happens to be tomorrow, and not coincidentally is also the birth date of the Amadon family dog.
And this date is some sort of key to the code, you say?
Yes, when paired with the first clue, the day will end fast. In Afghanistan and around the world, the holy month of Ramadan is observed with prayer, acts of charity, and fasting. This year, those 30 days of fasting ended with a traditional festival of fast breaking 4 days ago, and we suggest that that is the day that Lieutenant Amadon chose to escape.
Hey, بیا کنار بخوریم.
It is time.
دریش دستا بالا.
أنا كده كده كي وقت إفتح صحتت خوب باشه.
موتر تلاشی کن.
If she's actually escaped, it's likely she had help from a local, someone willing to risk their life. Most likely a Pashtun. They have a great respect for their traditions of hospitality and charity. But even so, it's hard to imagine because the punishment for helping an American is death.
Assuming she did escape 4 days ago, where is she going?
Well, that's the third clue, return to the four-poster.
It's a reference to an Amadon family joke. A four-poster bed where she fell as a child and returned to reenact her fall.
Which would suggest the village of Darak. It was the site of the original firefight and the location where Lieutenant Amadon was seen last falling out of a helicopter.
According to Mr. Merrick, Darak also has a distinctive high tower, and twice in her letter includes 4 and 5. Randy Lynn refers to a biblical tower or fortress as a place of safety and refuge.
Wherever she is, we know that she wasn't trained in navigation or advanced survival. How can she possibly make her way back to Darak?
Lieutenant Amadon is the daughter of an Air Force captain. Her husband was killed in action in Kabul. She is an American soldier, but she is also an American mother. And nothing is going to keep a woman like that from doing whatever it takes to find her way back to her little girl.
We cannot go on. There is a roadblock ahead. Come.
It's too dangerous for you to stay in the truck. I must go on before they find you.
It's okay.
Wait for me there. I will try and return tomorrow and take you to Darak. I am sorry. I have only a little food to leave with you.
Please, no. You take it. You've done so much already.
No, the fast is over. We must all celebrate.
Thank you.
If I am not back in 2 days, please know that I have tried, but I could not. Then you must walk the rest of the way. Always keep the mountains on your right, and at night, the brightest star over that peak. It is very dangerous, but God is good.
Yes. We're people, not always.
I think we are. You and me. Hold on tight.
The letter, written by Lieutenant Amadon, is in fact a roadmap for a rescue mission that began 4 days ago, and we hope will end tomorrow in a rendezvous with American troops in the very same place where she was first captured. The high tower, the village of Direct, as indicated by the clues she gave us.
5 out of 6 so-called clues, Mr. O'Toole.
Yes, well, the last clue was partially obscured when Miss Hayworth glanced at the letter, but she was able to make out the words grim feet. We respectfully request the opportunity to inspect the actual letter in order to decode that final clue.
Miss Hayworth is fortunate she hasn't been indicted for reading and disseminating the information she has already seen. And Mr. Merrick may very well be disciplined for allowing her, or any of you, to even become aware of its existence. Whatever grim feet may mean, that is a matter for our own intelligence service to determine.
But there isn't time. She took a huge chance sending that letter. And here we are, maybe the only people who could solve that message in time to save her.
Why would a soldier hoping for rescue purposely write something obscure and run the chance that it wouldn't be decoded?
To protect anyone coming to help her.
Having spent quite a bit of time in the military, Madam Chairman, I can attest that Lieutenant Amadon would know that should someone intercept a more specific letter, that they could simply allow her to reach her rendezvous point and then wait to ambush the entire rescue party. It's what happened the night she was captured. She wouldn't allow it to happen again.
We'll take a 5-minute break.
I can't go to prison, Norman.
Well, I think she was just saying that you could, but you won't. That's what I got out of it anyways. I mean, if anyone's in trouble, it's probably that Steve guy.
I had you vetted. It's what we do around here. As it turns out, you're what we call a solid citizen.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. I'm coming to suspect that perhaps you are one as well.
Maybe Shane has good taste.
Must confess, at first I was suspicious of your motives for helping us.
Look, I know it sounds kind of corny, but I still believe in all that stuff we used to sing when we were kids. The grand old flag, amber waves of grain, the halls of Moctezuma.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I hate to interrupt, but they're going back in.
We were just discussing patriotism.
Phoebe was telling me yesterday your mom's so patriotic that instead of lullabies, she'd sing all the verses to the Star-Spangled Banner and America the Beautiful every night.
All the verses.
It is the conclusion of this committee that, although you folks have painted a very entertaining story, we are unwilling to see American troops put in harm's way at this time for a rescue mission based on a loose interpretation of 5 so-called clues in a letter.
Madam Chairman.
If you can't tell us what grim feet means, Mr. O'Toole, it renders the rest of your conjectures useless. A few dates and a reference to an old outpost with a tower is no indication of intent to escape.
But we have it.
Mr. O'Toole.
If Mr. Merrick would just confirm the complete phrase in that letter, the words ending in grim feet, we can give you Lieutenant Amidon's promise to escape.
You've shared enough already, Mr. Merrick. Do not respond.
Steve, the clue that Rita couldn't read. Was it pilgrim feet? The truth now, please.
Answer that, Mr. Merrick, and you may live to regret it.
Only if he's wrong, Madam Chairman.
Mr. Merrick, that last clue. Was it pilgrim feet?
Yes.
Randy Lynn Amidon. Randy Lynn Amidon sang every verse of America the Beautiful every night as a lullaby to her little girl. Every verse, including, "Oh beautiful, for pilgrim feet who sterned in passion stress, a thoroughfare for freedom beat across the wilderness." Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Lynn Amidon is somewhere in Afghanistan tonight, beating a thoroughfare across the wilderness in search of that tower, in search of everything we stand for, in search of the freedom that she was willing to die for. And somewhere near that same wilderness is a band of her brothers with the courage to die for her, for us, to bring Randy Lynn home. If you will just have the courage to send them.
Have you heard anything?
Nothing.
I wish we could tell Harper and Phoebe what was going on.
You know we're sworn to secrecy, Norman. How is he?
It's fine. We'll all be on the same flight tomorrow. We even made plans to get together in Denver.
You think we'll have anything to tell him by then?
I don't imagine we'll ever hear what the committee decides to do. Unless the news is good. But for now, however, we must turn to the present. Very best of luck, Rita.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, and have fun.
I will.
I think you might have a friend that needs to be reminded of that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I better get going, guys. I'll see you later.
Rita?
I'll be right back.
You all right?
I have a present for Rita. I just want her to know. If she wins, she'll be gone for a whole year. Traveling around, giving speeches, shaking hands with people. Other people.
Are you afraid she'll forget us?
There are a lot more things on this earth than being the special delivery, you know.
I think after this week, we all know that, Norman.
Oh, Norman, thank goodness. Oh, we've missed the bus, and Mindy's having a little trouble walking forward.
Oh.
So, are they going to charge you with anything?
Probably not, but if I do get arrested, you'll bail me out, right? I heard that Oliver came into a good sum of money.
How do you know that? Oh, never mind. I don't think all that money's going to change him, though.
Well, that's too bad. I was hoping you were going to give me another chance.
Well, there's nothing actually official between... between Oliver and me. But unofficially, Steve, we're friends. And a solid friendship is a good way to start anything. You were always so unavailable for that, with all that agricultural work that took you away all the time.
I'm back. I live here now.
It's not about where you live, Steve. Home is more than just an address. It's roses that you stick around to watch grow. It's a porch swing and taking the time to swing on it.
I can get you a porch swing.
I've already got one.
Mr. Merrick?
Yeah, hey, Oliver.
You, heard any news?
Well...
Of course. You can neither confirm nor deny.
I can neither confirm nor deny that based on a recommendation from a Senate subcommittee for military actions, the President has approved a plan, a special operations mission that commenced at 1600 hours Washington time with the objective of recovering a Lieutenant Randall Amadon.
So it's a go?
That's right, Jennifer. We are here in the nation's capital as history is being made by Denver's own Rita Hayworth, the first Colorado Miss Special Delivery to make it to the final talent competition for the national crown.
Take a deep breath and trust me, Mindy. I swear there are not 500 people out there. How many are there? 473? Oh, it's okay, Mindy. Just think about Big Piney. Just pretend you're singing to your friends and your neighbors and your livestock.
We should take our seats.
I can't sit. I keep thinking about the mission. What time is it?
8. It's happening.
Now, in just a few minutes, she will step out onto that stage and hopefully into the hearts of the judges. And then perhaps tomorrow into the headlines. We'll have those final results for you tonight at 11.
And we're back. And next in the talent competition, Miss Louisiana, Peggy Rose.
Rita?
Norman.
I just wanted to say, well, I wanted to give you something before you go on.
Oh, thank you, Norman.
I sent chapter 14 of Renita Hayweather into Postal Living Quarterly, and they printed it. This is a copy of their next edition. You're a published writer, Rita. See? They wanted a photo, so I sent that picture that I took at last year's safety inspection. I had to Photoshop it a little. Oh, and you get a year's subscription. And I checked for $500.
Norman, what have you done?
Oh, I just thought, in case you win, I didn't want you to forget that you're a great writer and a postable. And you're my
But I can't win now. I can't compete without a talent, and you just got my talent disqualified.
What?
No contestant shall perform using a talent from which she has received previous compensation.
But...
I'm in print. And they've paid me. I'm not an amateur anymore. Norman, what were you thinking? Norman, this is a disaster, can't you see?
Are we having our first fight?
Miss Wyoming, Mindy Maloney.
Go on, Mindy. You can do it. Go. Everything is falling apart.
I'm sorry, Rita. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay, Norman. Never mind. It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend and co-contestant Mindy she just needs a moment. But this year's theme is delivering inspiration. And, well, let's face it, sometimes inspiration takes a little time. So, I thought I would go first. You know, for my talent, I was going to do a dramatic reading from my unpublished novel, Rita Hayworth, Frontier Duchess. But it turns out that I'm published after all. Which is really too bad, because I really like the part where a mysterious cattle baron, Mr. DeLorman, gives her his trusty steed, Zephyr, to pull her wagon. You know, at first she doesn't understand why he would give away his favorite horse like that. But then she realizes he did it because no matter where she went, Zephyr would always be able to find the way home. Which is really his way of saying that he is in love with her. Oh. He's in love with her? Oh. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, are you ready? Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Wyoming is ready to sing now. And for my new talent, I guess we're just gonna have to do this together. Peggy, can I borrow your guitar? Thanks. You still have a shot, Mindy. Take it. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I
that one soul, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with her last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star.
There she is, Miss Special Delivery.
Only because of this lady right here. Miss Special Handling. Oh, no. Thank you, Rita. Oh, Mindy, you deserved it. The way you sang. Well, you'll never know how much some of us needed to hear it tonight. Well, I guess I'll be seeing you. You really are special, Rita. Thank you.
Bye. I'm so sorry for everything. I really don't know what I was thinking.
Well, I think you were thinking that you love me.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking that. Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll get it.
When you asked me to have dinner with you in Washington, I was hoping for a little more. You know, chips and potato salad to go with the sandwich.
I owe you one.
You owe me nothing, Oliver. Whatever happens now, you gave me something today that I'll never forget. A little hope for this world again. Believe it or not, I used to know all the verses to that song, too. Thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by human tears.
Harper told me that Phoebe puts up a good front, but she still cries herself to sleep almost every night.
Oliver, when I think about what's happening over there right now, I just hope we did the right thing.
Oh, I think we did. I think we were called to be a part of a lot of little miracles that had to happen to get this far.
Well, now we just need one more.
In the morning, I will sing of your mercy, for you are my fortress, my refuge, my high tower in times of trouble.
Delta Bravo, we have eyes on Soul Sister, and I repeat, we have Soul Sister.
Where's our taxi going?
Well, you won't be needing it.
You must be Phoebe.
Yeah?
Hello, sir. Stephen Merrick, Department of Defense. Former Air Force.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought you and Phoebe would like to see what Army Rangers are flying around in these days.
Mom! Mommy! Mama! Oh, Dad, it's just so much. I love
We're heading to the airport with one stop on the way.
What's this?
This is the first acquisition by the newly formed O'Toole Foundation.
You bought this lot?
I did.
And you're building retirement homes?
Oh, all sorts of things. Maybe a school or a library in Afghanistan. Starting small. I assume you can use your computer to track down the original blueprints for your ancestral home.
Probably. It's a pretty small house, though.
Oh. Well, just make it bigger. There'll be a porch, and a swing, of course.
Roses.
Oh, that reminds me.
What's this? Is it?
Took a cutting from your rose bush over there, and if you take it home, plant it next year, you'll have the
First rose of summer.
Yes.
Are we all supposed to move here?
Not for a long time yet, Norman. We have a lot left to do. Besides, it's nice to have something to look forward to.
Wow, Shane. So cool. Your first house will be your last house.
The great circle of life.
Can I have a workshop in the laboratory? Maybe a little mini antimatter cyclotron in the garage?
No, Norman, no cyclotron. It's time to go. What a family.
The few, the proud. Postal.
And crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shine.